Welcome back to The Explainer. So, did you know that globally businesses literally lose billions of dollars every single year just because of misplaced inventory? Wild, right? Well, if you're a focused learner looking to untangle the complexities of modern logistics and permanently master your flow of operations, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into the ultimate organizational solution, how the SAP warehouse hierarchy actually works. Okay, let's dive into this. When you picture a warehouse, what immediately pops into your head? Probably huge buildings, right? Sprawling concrete floors, towering metal shelves, forklifts just zooming around. And look, it's really easy to think of a warehouse as just this massive physical box where things sit until they're finally needed. But we actually need to challenge that preconceived notion right out of the gate. Because if we only view our inventory through the lens of a purely physical space, we're practically inviting chaos. Imagine trying to find one specific tiny box in a massive sports stadium without any kind of map or coordinates. I mean, good luck. That's the reality for unmanaged spaces. But in the SAP universe, a warehouse is transformed into a digitally mapped ecosystem. It's exactly like creating a digital twin of your physical building. SAP Warehouse Management provides this incredibly robust mapping framework, taking all that chaotic concrete and steel and turning it into precise, trackable data. Here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll look at the modern warehouse ecosystem. Then, we'll unpack the SAP warehouse hierarchy itself. After that, we'll cover the real-world business benefits, and finally, wrap up with the Rasta Infotech advantage. Starting off with Section 1, the modern warehouse ecosystem. It's absolutely crucial to first look at the big picture context of the logistics industry right now. I mean, the global supply chain moves at lightning speed, so simply just storing boxes is a mindset that totally belongs in the past. Look at this quote from our source material. In today's competitive landscape, efficient warehouse management is no longer optional, it's a strategic necessity. This really hits the nail on the head. Modern businesses have to move way beyond basic storage. To survive and, more importantly, to thrive, the modern warehouse has to act as a dynamic, high-performing engine that actively drives your business forward. Let's move on to Section 2, unpacking the SAP warehouse hierarchy. Let's get this structure unpacked. Now, this is where things get really fascinating. We're about to take a macro to micro journey straight into the heart of the SAP system to see exactly how they organize that dynamic engine we just talked about. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole concept. We've got 5 distinct structural steps here, and you can think of this descent kind of like a set of Russian nesting dolls. We're going to start with the largest outer doll and open it up layer by layer until we find the absolute smallest, most essential piece of data hidden inside. Let's start with that outermost doll, the warehouse number. This is the absolute highest level in the system. It represents the warehouse facility as a single, unified entity. You can really think of this as the overarching umbrella for your entire warehouse ecosystem. Everything else we're about to discuss today lives entirely under this one specific, top-level warehouse number. Okay, now let's pop open that outer doll and zoom in one layer deeper. Inside the warehouse number, we find storage types. Obviously, a warehouse isn't just one giant uniform room, right? It has highly logical divisions. So you might have an area dedicated purely to bulk storage for massive heavy pallets, then a completely different area utilizing high racks, and maybe another zone just for smaller, easily accessible shelves. These are your storage types. Distinct zones breaking down that massive building based on the exact kind of storage happening right there. Continuing our descent, we open the next doll to find storage sections. Because, well, even within a specific zone, say your high racks, you still need further organization to actually be efficient. Storage sections are basically subdivisions within those storage types. They group materials together that share similar attributes. For instance, your fast-moving items might be grouped in one section right near the front for quick access, while the heavier, slower-moving stuff gets grouped in another section further back. It just brings an incredible level of targeted logic to your racks and bulk areas. Zooming in even further, we arrive at storage bins. So the crucial point is, this is the exact moment where our digital map finally meets a specific physical coordinate in the real world. A storage bin is literally the smallest spatial unit in this entire hierarchy. It represents the precise physical location on a shelf or rack. If you're standing in the warehouse right now, pointing your finger at a single distinct slot on a shelf, boom, that is your storage bin. And finally, we reach the innermost nesting doll, the quant. While the bin is the physical space on the shelf, the quant is the specific data that actually lives inside it. It's the final cellular layer of our ecosystem. Basically, a quant is a unique combination of material, batch, and bin. It ensures absolutely precise tracking of what you actually have. And the immediate benefit here is massive. Because a quant ties a specific batch of material to an exact bin coordinate, you ensure that you will never lose track of a specific batch of inventory again. I mean, it provides total, unquestionable visibility. All right, Section 3, Real-World Business Benefits and the Overall Business Impact. Since we just went all the way down to the microscopic cellular level of the quant, let's zoom back out for a second. What does this highly granular hierarchy actually achieve for a business in the real world? Well, the sweeping impact falls into 4 major categories. First up, operational efficiency. Because every single item has an exact mapped home, picking and put-away times just drop drastically. Operations are noticeably faster. Second, inventory accuracy. With real-time visibility down to that quant level, costly stock discrepancies are practically eliminated. Third is cost optimization. When you map your space this efficiently, you utilize it better, which directly lowers your overheads. And fourth, scalability. As your business scales up or maybe adds entirely new product lines, this layered SAP structure easily adapts without breaking down. We can actually view all of this through a super practical application framework. Just look at how beautifully this structured data translates into real operations. It's clear, meaning you define the warehouse hierarchy with highly intuitive digital mapping. It's concise. SAP structured data simplifies those incredibly complex daily operations. And the ultimate result is compelling. You get tangible, measurable benefits. We're talking about significantly reduced costs, much faster deliveries, and ultimately, the whole point really, far happier customers. Moving to Section 4, the Rasta Infotech Advantage, and expert implementation. Now, understanding this SAP hierarchy in theory is one thing, but actually implementing it successfully across a massive facility, that requires a deeply seasoned partner. Partnering with Rasta Infotech means leveraging more than 20 years of SAP expertise. Over 2 decades of experience is absolutely the key to properly designing these complex structures and actually unlocking this system's full potential. When you implement a system this robust, you really need a partner whose expertise ensures your digital map perfectly aligns with your physical reality. Let's look at exactly what Rasta Infotech's consultants actually do to tailor this structure to specific industry needs and drive that measurable ROI. First off, they design custom warehouse structures that align strictly with your business goals. They implement proven best practices for your storage types and bins. But importantly, they also actively train your teams to maximize SAP warehouse management's potential right out there on the floor. And finally, they drive comprehensive digital transformation with seamless SAP S/4HANA integration. The whole shebang, basically. So, let's wrap things up today with a crucial question. Are you ready to transform your warehouse from a basic physical setup into a strategic asset that actually fuels growth? As we've seen today, a warehouse is no longer just a room where boxes sit and collect dust. Through the granular precision of the SAP warehouse hierarchy and expert implementation, it really becomes an active engine for operational excellence. The foundation is absolutely there. I hope this explainer helps you view your own physical spaces through a new, digitally optimized lens. Until next time, stay focused and keep learning.